The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
11. Hey, go here.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Move.
On first down, they run with Howard. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A give to Howard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Attack 50 left.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Set. 250. 21.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Ready.
So that'll back him up 5. Here's Sam Martin now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 1st down, Stafford here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Everyone's got 4. 21.
Stafford. Flush to his right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
All right, boys, here we go. Set. 250. 59, check, 59.
On 1st, here's Washington. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. Blue 80. Hey, 53. Hey, 22.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
On third down, Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. Caught out left side by Robinson. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Bears on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is third and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He completes it right side to White. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Kevin White in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Washington, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
40 gut. 40 gut.
Washington on 3rd and short. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, 22. Set. Lady. 20 hot. Pretty quiet, Dave. Pretty quiet. 20 hot.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Jumbo. Set. Got a 20.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
To throw on 3rd down, Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So that one will be accepted. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On first down, Trubisky. That's complete to White. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hey, let's get that ball. Hang on, we got. You see it? You see it? Tighten up.
Cunningham. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Let's go.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Let's go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Trubisky now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. They run with Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Running with Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Again, it's Howard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Back now at Ford Field. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Jumbo, jumbo! Set! 180! Jumbo, jumbo! Wait, hot, hot!
To throw is Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Set! 250! 21! White! 50, 50! 99! Check 99! 21!
Now Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Washington. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the 1st half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return, and the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
We got three, fellas.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
You see it? 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Let's go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Cunningham. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Trubisky. And he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Parkey's kick is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Manuel. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Blue 58. Blue 58. Ace.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Set. 180. Block it. Motion. Tag 50. Tag 50. Ready. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
One last throw here for Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for Chicago, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their luck may have...
Money back. Money back.